What's up, guys? Let me know if you can hear us because I know my speakers are not working currently in the laptop. So I want to make sure that, well, apparently it works because Donald left his speakers on.
Well, that's Wi-Fi. I'm silly.
So at least you can hear us, even though we can't hear stuff on this computer. So what's everybody doing? They hear us just fine. Perfect. I decided to wear a hat because everybody was talking about my hat last time. So I'm like, well, I'm going to start showing off my goofy hats. And this is an owl hat. It's got little owl ears. And yeah, this is my cute one. Donald's mom got me this one. Yeah, that's one I really like because my ears get really cold. So it actually can tie like a bonnet. So Donald has a cool hat. What is your hat? Yeah, I like that hat. But I'm a big Ford.
I got it for her.
He got it for me and then...
No, that's the Ford hat. I got this to wear for myself, but I got it because you like this. So I got it for you.
Oh. He got it because he thinks it's attractive for me.
Is it not?
It is.
So shut up.
So who we got in here? I'll say hi to everybody first, and then we'll answer some questions. We got Robin and Jason from Big Bear Homestead, Mama Z's Texas Kitchen, Quebec Homestead, Wide Family Farm, Donald, Papa Z, Two Families, Stringfield Ridge Farm.
Who?
I think that's everybody, right?
No, Big Bear saying who? Who? What is it? Who? What?
Who is in my who?
Are you saying? What?
Who cooks for you? Who cooks for you? Isn't that the barred owl? That's the barred owl noise, right? Who cooks for you? I had a book that did those owl sounds and stuff, but I don't remember where it went. Two Family had a question. Hold on. She was asking where the goats were. So yeah, we did our first goat live stream. I think it went pretty well. I used an old model, like first model of the OnePlus phone that I had. And I mean, it felt like it was kind of grainy on my phone, but when I put it up on the TV, it was fairly clear. So I think we're going to do it again tomorrow. For more of the daytime because we're going to be busy. Good job, Crystal. Donna's over here trying to do math.
I was.
So we are essentially going to try to do that every weekend just to get the watch hours. Plus, my goats are really cute. And then when we get peeps later this month, which actually is not that far off, we got to get the brooder set up, by the way.
It'll probably actually, I think the end of the month to the beginning of March is when they start doing that again.
Well, I remember one time it was like February 18th they had them in, so we just have to check. Soon we'll have peeps, so we'll probably have a peep cam. But yeah, so yeah, you guys get to, maybe we'll do a chicken cam at some point. I got to figure out how to prop it up better. It was on top of our box that houses our electric box for the Premier One. So I think it's fine. We'll probably do that for a while just to get some watch hours up. People like watching goats. You can watch our goats. No foul talk, please. Ha, 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 ha. Hey, making lemonades from lemons. Am I using OBS? No, I'm using StreamYard, but I'm using the paid version. I may switch to Streamlabs at some point if I need different functionality. So far, this is pretty good. But yeah, I paid for the pro version because I'm actually using this for my business too. So I have my Copper Kettle branded section, which is all the blues and stuff. And then I have my Misfit branded section that has different screens like this and is more techy. Streamlabs, I don't know if it's free. I know Big Bear uses it though, so they could probably give you some. I'm still researching it. I think it has more functionality than StreamYard. Like, when someone subscribes, it has like a thing that pops up, things like that StreamYard doesn't have. It would be nice if they did. Maybe they do with I have the pro version, but then there's like an even more pro version I don't know what you get with the more pro version. So, but maybe Big Bear can give some insight into that. Yeah, luckily the goats are pretty close to where the house is, the Wi-Fi unit is at the house. Now I am installing an extender maybe tomorrow because I'm going to need one for the office anyway. Streamlabs is free, but they have a paid version. Yeah. North Shore Preparedness, hello. So we're going to test out some internet stuff tomorrow as well. And we're actually, fingers crossed, I'm going to show a picture of it again, but tomorrow, theoretically, we get this delivered. They have not called to say that they're not coming, even though it snowed again this morning, but it wasn't much. Now it snowed last week, which is why it was delayed. It's supposed to be here Tuesday, and we got like a foot of snow. So Donald and I had our neighbor like plow where the truck's supposed to come in off the road into our yard because we didn't want them to get stuck. And then we put a bunch of hay down today, and then
because we got like a 2.5-inch dusting kind of thing today.
And then the shed pad that it's going to sit on, we had to shovel that off. So that's fun. So I will be filming it when they deliver it, but I'm debating. I kind of don't want to show the full product of beginning to end until I can actually put up walls. And it's like, I'm going to put insulation in, and we're getting the electrical in hopefully this week. But, you know, I want to wait till like it's actually painted and flooring's in and all of that. So it might be a bit before we actually get the full video, but I'll take pictures too. So there'll be picture progress. 2.5-inch dusting. That's cute. But that's my big excitement. Tomorrow is that shed delivery.
Yeah. We had to shovel off the pad.
Yeah, I already said that. Thanks.
Oh, did you?
I did. Two and a half inches of snow would make my state think it's snowpocalypse. Yeah.
Who was it that was in Alabama that shut down?
How much did you get, or were you at North Shore? Alabama.
Or no, I think it was Atlanta. Where
yeah, didn't you guys get shut down in Atlanta at some point because of snow? Recently? Well, since you came up here.
2 years ago?
Yeah.
3 years ago? Something like
Something like that. Well, we went to visit Texas once, not long after we started dating, like maybe 2013, 14. And when I arrived there, and this was Christmas time, it was 74 degrees. And then the next day they got 4 inches of snow. So they basically said that I brought it with me. Atlanta, and people died. Yeah. Weren't people like trapped on the highway or something? We actually, I don't. I can't speak for Donald. I actually, make sure my head's not crooked. Don't mind snow. I only mind snow when it's delaying my shed. That's when I have a problem with it. Otherwise, I would have been fine with all the snow.
I don't mind snow.
Yeah. Once you live with it, it's like, yeah. And there's still quite a bit out there. Actually, I'll probably take a picture in the morning to show this is what we did to prepare, and have that picture up on our community tab or something.
Yeah.
Now I have the heater. I bought one of those, like it's an electric wood stove, like a fake wood stove, but it has storage because I wanted something that my TV, I'm going to put a TV in there I can sit on, and it gives me heat and also storage. So we're going to actually install that tomorrow just to see how much heat it actually puts out, because if it doesn't put out enough, I'm going to send it back. Ever since that snowstorm, Atlanta will close stuff down if there's a chance of accumulation. Well, that's good. They at least, I don't want to say learn their lesson. I mean, it's unfortunate. It's not like you could guess that, but at least they're taking a proactive approach on that. So, yeah. Well, it was supposed to be like in the single digits this weekend, so I'm kind of glad it's not. But we were going to buy a goat barn today too, but we ran out of time.
We're just going to have to order it.
Yeah, we're gonna order to have it delivered, I think. Who? Where?
What? What?
That.
That is a good-looking couple there.
Are they looking in the mirror? Are you guys looking in the mirror?
Thank you.
Weirdo.
Baby, why are you pulling away from me?
Because you're weird.
Loser.
Currently 8 degrees in Ohio. Wow.
Yeah, it's 30 here right now.
Is it?
28.
So Courtney, are you still here, Courtney? Yeah, you're still here. So I got a book today that I ordered when I went to Courtney's live. Last week, I was a guest on her live where we were talking about herbal remedies. I'm going to post a link to her live video there. So if you guys want to check it out, we discussed herbal remedies and stuff, but she showed me a book that she had called Herbal Remedies by 𝙒𝘼𝙔𝙎, who is a PhD, an MD. And the version she had, I looked it up on Amazon, and her version was like at $89. And then we looked at the version after that, that's no longer in print, and that one was $900 on Amazon for this book. But then there's a more recent version that was only $20. So I ordered that one, and that came today, actually. So here's the one I got, the Healing Remedies Source Book. I haven't had a chance to look at it yet because, again, we're prepping for the shed tomorrow. But here's the author, 𝙒𝘼𝙔𝙎, Natural Remedies to Prevent and Cure Common Ailments. So I'm going to come through it and see. It had pretty good reviews, but I did get it. And so, Courtney, you and I have to sit and have a date night one night and see if this is much different than the one that you had. That's what we're curious about, whether do you need the $89 one or the $900 one, or you can just order the $20 one. Like, so we'll let you guys know. And I'll send the Amazon link once I do.
She said it looks different.
Yeah, the cover is different. The cover is different
okay.
on all of them. Every time someone puts out like a new edition, they usually change the cover or something. But if the content's the same, I'm curious. So we'll have to check that out.
Yeah.
So that's one of my big things because, I mean, I think everybody here knows I'm taking Rosemary Gladstar's herbal course. Yellow Rose Homestead Stacy is taking it, and then Tori from the Naked Gardener is also taking it. So, Misty, if you can grab the link to the herbal court or study group, we are. I don't think I put it in the description.
I'm checking.
Although that'd be a good idea. I need to start putting it in the description.
Yeah.
So anyway, I have an herbal study group on Facebook where as I'm going through this course, the stuff that I learn, I'm going to be sharing in that book. They're in that group. So. Donald's looking it up too. Let's see who gets it. Is it going to be Misty or Donald? Go, go, go. I'm really excited. I really want to look up if it has anything on psoriasis, because my psoriasis has been acting really bad lately. If you guys know of anything that's supposed to help with that, I really would like to get rid of it without chemicals. Actually, I'm checking real quick to see if it does.
Ah!
Oh, it does. 281. Did she get it? Oh.
I think I did actually the wrong one too.
You probably did. Fool. What's that cartoon?
I did the search. Oh, I'm stupid.
What's that cartoon? Where she's like, fool.
Emperor's New Groove.
Emperor's New Groove. So yeah, they do have a section on. Guess what one of the top herbs is for psoriasis that they recommend?
Chickweed.
No.
What? It's one that I shouldn't take.
You don't remember? We were talking about it.
One that you shouldn't take?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Licorice.
Oh.
Maybe I can make a salve out of it. I don't know. Yarrow, used twice weekly in a bath water. And then nettle tea. So I want to grow some nettles. Does anybody got any nettle seeds? I would trade you some woad. I got to send out some woad. I think I owe woad to Robin. Who else do I owe woad to? Maybe to family, I think.
That's a weird sentence.
Owe woad? Owe woad.
No, what she said.
This one? I have a customer that buys my Zits and Giggles soap for her son who has eczema. That's probably what she names the soap that she makes. Giggles and Zits.
Oh, okay. I'm just like, what?
So maybe I'll buy some from you then, Robin. I'd love to try that out.
Oh, it's Zits and Giggles soap. Okay.
Yeah. But, maybe I'll try licorice. I'm just not supposed to take it because it helps you, because I have
Retain
edema
water.
problems and it helps you retain water.
Yeah.
So.
For Zits and, oh, that's great.
Zits and Giggles.
For Zits and Giggles.
Yeah, I don't think I have any. Well, I haven't found any nettle yet here, but I would like to have some. And I'm just going to throw it back in the woods somewhere because I know it kind of takes over from what I understand. I could always just buy some nettle tea in the meantime or something. Hey, Thorhaven Farm. James Bond, which one? I think my James Bond's still GoldenEye just because the game that I whoop your butt on all the time, or used to.
Yeah, because I don't let you play that with me anymore.
He doesn't because he doesn't like to lose. And I whip his butt. Thanks.
I don't like being farmed at the spawn camp or spawn sites.
It's not my fault you suck. So
Whatever.
talk about your book. You got a book too.
Oh, I did get a book. Where did I get the book? I got this book.
Yeah, I'll send you some woad and then I don't really have anything else to give you. I'll send you woad. So this is Donald's book that he recently got. Grow Your Soil by Diane Messler. Forward by Elaine Ingram, who, if anybody knows anything about soil, she is the godmother of soil health and soil science. So harness the power of the soil food web to create your best garden ever. We decided, we were actually talking about today when we were going to get groceries, that it's expensive, but we are going to save up and put Donald through her courses on soil science. And actually, I think we're going to have him actually take the course where he becomes a registered soil consultant under her. So that's probably going to happen this year. While I'm doing herbs, Donald's going to be doing soil, and we are going to be the herbs and soil Jedis.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Yeah. Hi, Jocelyn in Albany Mountain Hempstead. So really excited about that book. And for those that just came in, this is a book that I got today as well. The Healing Remedy Source Book by Norman Sheely, MD.
Do you want to show my book again?
Okay.
No? Okay.
I said I could.
I just playing.
Ugh. Anyway, so.
I'm still going through the other one, the teaming with microbes.
Yeah, we have a lot of, well, if you guys are anything like that, you have tons of books that you haven't read yet. And that's definitely us. But we're going to keep buying them because that's one thing I'm fine with hoarding. There's three things that homesteaders should be allowed to hoard without judgment: books, seeds, and critters.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want all the chickens. I want all the goats.
And jars.
And I do collect a lot of jars. I actually had an idea about that, by the way. I'm thinking, well, I'll tell you later. Because we were thinking about putting them in that shelf, that cabinet there. Why don't we put all the clean ones in there? At least I have a place to store them.
Yeah.
Like wash them and clean them, stick them in there, and then put the herbs in above the basement.
Yeah. That's fine.
Sorry. Yes, I do have a t-shirt design company. I haven't created any new ones in a while because I've been so busy, but I do enjoy creating t-shirt designs, and I can create designs for anything. But if you want your homestead t-shirts made, go through Two Family Homestead because they can do mugs and t-shirts and towels. I had one somewhere. I think it fell. For your homestead. So Two Family Homestead does that, and they're trying to get like a side business off the ground with that stuff. So Skinner Farms, let's see. I have a soil kit. I just wonder how accurate it is. Seems like a lot to go through to check, but I don't know if it's worth it. What kind of things does it check for?
Most of them check for like your main three nutrient efficiencies, or where you're at with them, with the nitrogen, potassium, phosphorus.
Which is good stuff to know. But Donna was telling me today he was reading up on some of the soil science, and like how well your plants do depends on the type of like
microorganisms
like
that you have.
For tomatoes, you don't want a bunch of fungal. Is it just fungus?
Well, so yeah, so
You explain it.
It's basically you want a balance of bacteria to fungal ratio with certain plants. Some other plants you want a fungal dominated soil, not meaning that there's no bacteria, but they're just more fungal. And then the opposite, you want bacteria dominated. So like anything that's like woody, so like shrubs, with the berries, like berry bushes, shrubs, fruit trees, so orchards and things like that, you want a fungal dominated soil. So you want to use a lot of wood chips and that kind of stuff. But like if you also, or corn, you also want a fungal dominated soil.
A woody soil, right?
Yeah. So, but if you rotate crops and you have corn here, but then you rotate into, let's say, brassicas. Brassicas don't do well in a fungal dominated. They do well in a bacteria dominated. So if you rotate your brassicas to where your corn is, you're going to have to amend a lot to get your brassicas to grow well. And then vice versa. If you amend a lot and make that balance to bacteria, you got to re-amend again to make it fungal for the corn. So it's very interesting stuff that plays into it. Oh, I missed
pH, nitrogen, phosphorus, potash is what this one lists. Okay.
Yeah.
Haven, Raven, Cat, Homestead. How are you? Hidden Spring Farm. I just saw you pop in. Yes, I decided after everybody was commenting on my last hat last week, I'm like, well, I've got a couple funky hats. So this is my hat for this week. This is an owl that Donald's mom gave me when we first started dating. And it's really warm. Donald says I'm adorable in it.
She is.
But I like it because it has the tassels and it keeps my ears warm when I'm outside. So Mozzie says, I don't understand any of that about the soil stuff. And that's actually why Donald and I want to put out videos, like simplified soil education videos, because there's not a lot out there. I mean, there's some. And then, of course, he's doing the soil science, and I'm hoping I absorb some of the knowledge that you put out with that. But I'm doing the herbal knowledge. Like, that's why I'm taking the herbal course. So we're hopefully going to be a powerhouse to creating some of the best herbs possible.
Yeah. Put up Albany's question real quick.
All right, let me undo this one. Where is Albany's? This one. So what's the point of crop rotation? Is there a more specific way to rotate crops?
So crop rotation is supposed to be you're rotating crops so that diseases don't persist, right? But if you're building your soil, the biology correctly, to where it's a sustainable system, you should never have to rotate your crops. It's like, if you look at a specific example, is there's a large field of blueberries in Oregon that's very famous. Wild blueberries, they're there all year, but they're always there. Nature doesn't rotate crops. So all you're doing is mimicking nature, to where you have this as your cornfield, but you also don't want a monoculture. You want to grow things with it. So you want to, like for corn specifically, you would have a perennial cover crop with it all year, but a diverse perennial cover crop. You want clover, you want small perennials like ryegrass, things like that. So ideally, you don't want to rotate crops.
Yeah. If you have the right environment, you shouldn't need to rotate. The problem is, and for example, I grew up, my grandfather was a Black Angus beef, potato, and corn farmer. We had fields of hay, fields to feed the cattle. We had fields of corn, we had fields of potatoes, and we had pastures of cattle. So I grew up with whatever conventional knowledge he was doing with what he learned from big agriculture, where you have monocrops, just fields of corn and fields of potatoes. And then you had cattle stay in one area, and like that was it. Like that's what we learned growing up in ever since the Industrial Revolution. Like ever since machinery was brought into, you know, all of this, we just kind of did things the same way. So there's this new knowledge. Well, it's like a rediscovery of old knowledge that we shouldn't have to do monocrops and feedlots and all of that. We should be able to do things the way that it was supposed to be done, the way that was done for centuries prior to that. And I think this is part of that. Like I always thought you have a field of corn and it's just always corn, but all you're doing is continually taking out the nutrients in that soil and taking away the topsoil because you're not putting anything down in the summertime. Because what is the main reason we're losing topsoil? What is the biggest thing that erodes topsoil? Can you guys guess that?
That erodes?
Erodes topsoil, yeah. You know it, I know you know it, but you can't say it. They have to say it. What's the biggest thing that erodes topsoil? There's a question for you guys. A little trivia. While they're guessing that, I'm going to. Rotating crops is great due to nutrients heavily, like you said, under the right environment. You shouldn't have to. Yeah. I'm using straw, limbs, etc. to take up space in the garden beds, and dirt, pig poop that's 30 years old, and compost to top them off. Any thoughts? I'll put that up for you while they're guessing the main reason topsoil erodes. Albany Mountain Hempstead guessed tilling. That's not the answer, but that's a good guess because we are a no-till home here.
Well,
Mom Z said tilling also.
I'm going to ask them the for Skinner Farms here. What are the thoughts for? Like,
are you asking for thoughts on whether that's a good mix? Skinner Farms.
I would actually, with what here, I would actually reverse that. I would do the dirt and compost and then top it off with straw and limbs.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I would do.
Because the straw and limbs, I mean, they're going to decay regardless.
Or actually, I would do the limbs in with the dirt and compost and top it off with the straw.
The straw is going to keep the moisture in.
Yeah.
The limbs, because they're going to take a long time to erode. But if they're in an environment that's going to degrade them quicker, then I think that's probably better, in my opinion.
Plus the limbs in the soil will act like a 𝙎𝙬𝙀𝙈. So it'll actually absorb a lot of your water.
It'll hold that water.
And give you better water retention.
Live Family Farmer asks, is a weed? No. So the answer to what erodes topsoil faster than anything else or the most is actually rain. And it's rain on bare soil. So nature does not like bare soil at all. Like, that's why we get weeds, because she's going to find a way to cover bare soil. You open it up, she's going to eventually find a way. Like there's pictures you see of Chernobyl and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like nature, was it from Jurassic Park? Nature finds a way. So when you have bare soil and it's just the rain is just compacting and then splattering, and the water is, because it's compacted, it sits on there and then it rushes off. Like it's just rainwater.
Give you a little bit of a visual. So if you have bare soil, one, your temperature is increasing in your soil. Yeah. Because there's nothing holding the temperature down. It's evaporating. Two, you're also losing water. You're losing water to evaporation. You're at a faster rate. You're also allowing rain to impact the soil, and according to some research, not my personal research but scientific research, raindrop hitting the soil is about the same impact as a hammer striking a nail. So if you have all of that hitting your soil, it'll compact on the top, or it'll push down 4 to 6 inches and compact that layer. So if you do the compaction at the 4 to 6 inches, your roots can't grow down past that. So they just grow in that one small section, and they're holding on to each other, but not further down. So that is where you'll get that runoff. All of that when it's with rain and wind pushing it. And especially if you're on a slope, it's just going to go down faster.
Skinner Farms asks, so dirt, then limbs, then potting mix plants, then straw.
Yes, that's what I would do.
We love putting straw on the garden. We used to do mostly wood chips, but I hate wearing shoes. I love being barefoot outside, like all the time. So the mulch was hurting my feet, or the wood chips. So we're using straw now, and so I can walk around in the garden barefoot again, which is important to me.
Yeah.
I'll even drive barefoot.
Yeah, that's definitely what I would do.
Oh, well, there you go, 𝙒𝙖𝙔𝙎. So
yeah, even with the little bit I've researched and stuff, it's funny how it makes, to me, it makes more sense than a monoculture and things like that.
Well, and we all kind of like, most of what I've seen in the homesteading community, we all know about companion planting and the crop rotation and stuff. Again, you shouldn't have to rotate, but it's not necessarily bad to rotate if that's what if that's all you can do or whatever. If you can find ways to not rotate, even better. But everybody knows about companion planting, and you put nasturtiums with your zucchinis because they're a trap crop and they help protect the zucchinis. And then you put your
real quick.
Okay.
What is a trap crop? People might not know what a trap crop is.
It traps the bugs.
So it attracts your squash beetles.
Yeah.
So the idea is for the nasturtium to be a throwaway plant.
Yeah.
It collects all the squash beetles. You just pick that entire plant up and toss it.
But nasturtiums are edible, so you can save the flowers and eat them.
Yeah.
And then we just give the rest of the greens to our rabbits or our chickens. So it's really a very multifunctional type of plant, like companion plants or the sacrificial trap crops, is especially if they're edible. Like marigolds are edible, right? Somebody tell me, I don't remember. I think marigolds are edible. So you eat the marigolds. And then you give the greens to your rabbits or your chickens. And they also help to draw away bugs from your tomatoes. I mean, it's a win-win. Mama Z says, for my grow bags, what would you say I should put in it?
Yeah, I just answered. I would just use simple compost soil mixture for a grow bag.
Yeah. Whoops. Any tips on amending soil for growing blueberries? Aluminum sulfate.
So
blueberries like acidic soil.
Yeah, they like acidic soil, but so this is something else I've learned. Plants are gonna, if you have like we were talking about it earlier, if you have the correct growing environment, your plant is going to attract what it needs at its roots. So if it needs an acidic soil temperature, it's going to attract the correct microorganisms to make around the roots acidic, which is what it's supposed to do.
That said, if you don't have acidic soil,
if you don't have acidic soil,
you can start building it up.
Yeah. I would, for me personally though, I would still just focus on adding compost and making sure, because that's the other thing people don't understand. Compost, I wouldn't look at compost as a nutrient fertilizer, like I'm putting nutrients in.
Yeah, compost isn't for nutrients.
I would look at it as compost is you're growing microorganisms.
Your microbes. That's what I was saying.
Yeah. So I was trying a way to say it. And you use it as an inoculant for microorganisms. You're creating the environment to grow your living organisms, and then you're taking part of them and you're putting them with your plants to establish your microorganisms. Once they get established and you put the organic matter on top of your soil, they start creating their own environment. And that's really all you should have to do.
Now that said, pine needles are a good compost for blueberries because they are acidic.
They do pine needles, pine bark.
Which is also why if you use pine shavings as bedding for goats instead of, or even chickens instead of straw, pine shaving, when you have like mites on your goats or your chickens, because of the acidity of the pine shavings, it's not a good environment for them to continue to grow. Whereas if you have deep bedded hay, then mites are more prone to grow in that environment. And also pine is really good, which is why people feed like we gave our old Christmas tree to our goats. Because of the acidity and the fact that the goats love to eat it, it helps keep parasites down in their ruminants as well. So we love giving pine to our goats. We love, if you have something that needs acid like blueberries, then pine needles are great for that.
You could probably do a top dressing with the pine.
Yeah. Now, making lemonades from lemons does make a good point that you have to be careful about your source of straw because it could have weed killer in it.
Yes. Sorry, go ahead.
I think that's pretty much anything that we're getting in the store. We just got to make sure that it, like even our Christmas trees that we feed our goats, we ask anybody that wants to donate their Christmas tree, has it been sprayed and did you use tinsel? Because we have to take the tinsel off and we don't want to give, weed killer to our goats anyway. So.
Yeah, and I was going to say that was probably the other thing is if you're using any type of chemical or synthetic fertilizer, probably to limit the amount that you're using.
Yeah. Thorshaven says that, because he's in Ontario, no, Quebec. I don't know. You're in Canada. I haven't learned all the provinces. I really should. They are on sand, tons of sand, lots of evergreen. So they have tons of blueberries. So that makes sense because the evergreens, that they have there. Bushcraft, hello. Susan Gotchi, hello. Making lemonades from lemon says that Danny and Wanda, who's Deep South Hempstead, ran into the issue with that type of chemical that they didn't know was in the straw. So that's a very good point. Skinner Farm says, my compost has old bedding from the chicken coops and feathers from the meat chickens, a little grass clippings, and some cardboard. I mean, those all sound good to me. As long as the bedding, you said it's old, is fine. As long as it's not fresh and hot chicken poop, it should be fine. You're still trying to build a Yule goat out of our corn. I love buying the ones from IKEA. I have yet to get, we don't have, I think the closest IKEA is in Baltimore. I still have never been to one, but I would like to go. Say goat cheese. 2 quacks. Yeah, you guys are on our stream for a while today. Thank you for watching that. We're definitely trying to get our watch hours up. So we're going to be live with either a goat cam, a chicken cam, or when we get peeps, a peep cam, probably every Sunday and Monday, unless it's raining or something. So expect those a while. I don't expect people to be there. We did have one troll in the live today that, what did he say? Everybody who's watching this smells bad or something. It was like a weird comment. So we just removed him or something. So you're going to get trolls, but. Skinner says, no, it's old, and I mix a bunch of rabbit poop in my potting mix. Yeah, and rabbit poop, anything that's round like that, rabbit poop and goat poop is like a slow release. So they're good for you can put them right on my garden. But it's a lot of knowledge today that we're all discussing. You guys bring good questions and good tips. Making lemonade from lemons. I know she's like a pro. I love her. Finally put up another short today. We'll see how that goes. Yeah, we should do another short today. We might do one. We got one more chocolate bomb one we wanted to do because people were like,
just do another one.
Just do another one, do it the right way. So
I said she should take every direction she got, just do the opposite. Just to keep trolling.
I know, but I would need so many chocolate bombs for that. I think I want to do one where I'm actually taking the temperature of the milk, making sure it's steaming, and then I guess pour it slowly over the bomb in a clear cup. Some liked my cup, most didn't like my cup. So
they didn't like you using a spoon.
And I used too much milk and I used a spoon. So I'm going to try to do one perfect. And then I'm done with the hot chocolate bombs. But we were going to try to do some parodies. I don't know. I feel like it's kind of dying out now. So we'll probably do a short tonight of that. I keep meaning to do a video, but my laptop was down for a couple of days. So we didn't get to do the videos I wanted to do. I'm going to try to put one out tomorrow, though, just to make up for it. Plus, we got the goat stream tomorrow. Hidden Spring Farm says, we're getting rabbits this year for poop and cuddling by the farm stay guests. Aw, you have a farm stay guests? Like a Airbnb or what? Because I need a vacation. Skinner says, I save all my ashes from my wood stove and add lime for the quarry I used to work at. Oh, okay. Yeah, we put a lot of our ashes in the chicken coop so they can dust with it. I would really like to learn how to make lye, but I feel like the process is dangerous. But I mean, they did it for centuries. So there's got to be like some really good processes that don't involve like modern chemicals for that. I would love to try it. And then the consistency would be based off the type of wood that you use. So if you use oak, it would have a different acidity than if you used hickory or pine or whatever. So that determined the type of lye that you would get too. So there's like a whole bunch of science behind that. It's a little overwhelming. Let's see. Wide family would like to learn how to make Are you on Clubhouse? I am not, only because they don't have an Android version yet, because I am an Android person, and I'm distraught over this, let me tell you, because I keep messaging them on Twitter, when are you going to have the Android version out? I want to get on it so bad. I've talked about it. I think I even put a video out about it on my business YouTube account. But no, I'm not on it yet. Until they can get it on Android, I'm stuck. I don't have any Apple products.
So what is that?
It's a social media platform, kind of, that is audio-based. I was telling you about this, where you can actually join in discussions with other innovators and leaders that are having like a TED Talk or something. Like, I mean, that's only what I know from the outside. Once I get into it, I think I'm going to be addicted to it. So I'm waiting, but I don't have an iPhone. We keep our rabbits in large modified dog crates and use them like rabbit tractors and have them directly on the garden beds till we do spring planting. See, that's what we want to do. Something like, we do keep some of our rabbits in old dog crates, but they're in a stationary location. I would love to have rabbit tractors. Whether or not we can do that in our garden, I think we could in those crates, because the walkway is narrow enough. I think so. But then the poop's not really going on the plants, but maybe they would eat the weeds, you think?
They can keep the weeds down.
So maybe.
But I'm hoping that once I get the environment correct, I'm not going to have any weeds.
Yeah. I still want to do something with the rabbits so they're not stationary.
Because more knowledge for you.
Look what you started.
Thank you. Weeds are more inclined to grow in an anaerobic environment than an aerobic environment. 1. 2, if you have weeds, like for instance, say if you see dandelions are actually a specific, they're growing in there for a specific purpose. Most of the time, it's because your soil's too compacted, so it has to break through. So you'll see a lot of dandelions, and then 2 or 3 years later, you won't see any. And it's because they've all broken through.
They've done their job.
They've done their job. Nature moves them out, brings something else in. Mm-hmm. So,
I hope we get a lot of dandelions this year, because doing this herbal study course, I'm obsessed with dandelions right now. All the medicinal benefits that they have. Hidden Spring Farm says, yeah, they have a vacation rental like an Airbnb, 90 acres, close to forests and ski hills.
You're gone.
Oh, do we get a troll?
Hold on.
Oh, Mama Z's on top of it.
Come at me, bro.
Come at me, bro.
You can't beat me.
Oh, I do see it. Okay.
Okay.
All right, bro. Stringfib says, I make lye soup but have never made lye. Yeah, I feel like lye is a very complicated process. So I don't know if I'm ever going to actually do it. Your goat video is adorable. Your white goat looks like she's about to pop. The tall one or the little one?
Because either one, they're just too fat.
Well, it's good to have them fat in the winter time, though. We're letting them, the way that they can withstand the heat is not just from their fur, but if they keep their ruminant working constantly by eating extra hay, so we feed them extra hay in the winter, it creates that energy to keep them warm. And we are going to be dropping into single digits here soon, so. Yeah,
it keeps their body temperature up.
Yeah, so that's why we like to keep them fat in the winter. I mean, it's like.
I go through a lot of hay.
I mean, I'm fat in the winter. I'm fat all year. So bears get fat in the winter. Makes sense.
Maybe I'm a bear.
No, you're not a bear. You're just old. Making lies what we want to try since we burn so much wood and have all the lard fat from our pig. I see. I want pigs. I really want pigs. Bushcraft's family, his grandpa used to make soap from scratch. Do you know how? Because I would love to learn how. What?
I'm trying to catch my stuff here.
All the new designs. Yeah. Hey, CDM, how are you? Yeah, we're getting a little professional. I decided we're getting close. Like we still have like 1,000 hours, maybe a little bit more than that to go to monetization, but we're going to start taking things a little more seriously. So we got like a new setup. Once my shed gets here delivered tomorrow, crossing my fingers, nothing's going to interrupt that. Then we will be moving everything into the studio once we get it set up and soundproofed and all of that, or sound dampened. So there may even be more upgrades eventually. We'll see. Is it difficult? Is it difficult to free range rabbits in a large fenced pen, or I would probably need a roof? The issue with rabbits is, yeah, what? Well, they do like to dig.
Burrow.
So they will burrow, but I mean, there's also things that could climb over your fence that could get them to, or that could burrow with them or use their burrows.
I was going to say they're probably a big hawk.
And a big hawk thing.
Yeah.
So if you have netting over that area, probably, I think Reap What You Sow, they have a big like enclosed area that they actually let them burrow too, like big holes and stuff. So I like the idea of the cages, but I wonder how they're protected if you left those cages out overnight. I don't know. From like predators, I guess. That's a question for Big Bear Homestead, but I don't think they're here anymore. All right, let me catch up. Clubhouse is addicting. Wide's getting some rabbits in the spring. That's awesome. Dandelion coffee. Yes. I use this stuff called Dandy Blend that I get on Amazon. It tastes just like coffee, or very close to coffee. It's got like chicory in it, dandelion, and no caffeine, and it's not bitter. And I really like that stuff a lot. The weeds up here hate aerobics. I hate aerobics. Just James. Does anyone know if sheep have hot or cold manure? I've never owned sheep. That's a good question, though. We would like to have sheep sometime.
Mm-hmm.
We just want to have everything, you know, money and more land. So that's a question I don't know the answer to.
I learned that sheep are really good to run with orchards.
Yes, sheep are very good for your orchards. They will, they'll just eat a lot of weeds. And
specifically sheep over goats, because goats will browse. Goats are browsers, and they'll eat your orchard. Sheep are grazers, and they'll just keep the area under your orchards mowed.
Do pigs stink really bad? They can. It's like with chickens. Chickens can smell really bad, but if you smell chicken poop, then you're not, or like if you smell compost, you're not doing it right. You shouldn't smell it. And chicken poop, as long as you're cleaning out the coops, and like with us, we're doing a chicken composting system at some point, then you shouldn't smell it.
Yeah, as long as you have enough carbon sources with the manure, it should take up the smell.
Yeah.
You're only smelling it if it's going septic.
Yeah.
Well, let me rephrase it. If there's a lot of, you're going to be smelling the ammonia, but if it just sits there, it's going to go septic.
Right.
So you want to have the carbon source, like wood chips or hay or straw, to absorb all of it.
So Albany Mountain says, one lady built an area for her rabbits. It was a covered run with a huge amount of dirt in the middle for them to build burrows. Don't recommend fencing on the ground so they can't dig out. Yeah. Yeah, I like the idea of the dog kennels, because that's what we use now, and it would be easy to just start moving them across the ground. And a lot of them have a tray bottom that you take out 𝙎𝙬𝙔𝙎, to clean it. So you could like flip that over and have that tray bottom be like a protectant for rain, I think. At least that's what we do anyway.
Yeah, for the chicken stuff, if you add just a little bit more compost, or not compost, carbon sources.
Yeah.
Brown
stuff.
It should stop, even when it's raining. It should knock the smell down.
Strength that says our compost is fine. Our chicken coop stinks when it rains. Yeah, because you get a lot of that sogginess. Yeah. Hidden Spring. I want to build a cool pen for rabbits that guests can go in and interact with them. Oh yeah, that'd be like a those cat hotels you see where people put them in the window so the cat can be outside or something. That would be fun. Like a little rabbit hotel, like a little window or area cage that they can come out. Maybe, I don't know. Yeah, I have to check and see if I even got stuff on our Etsy shop anymore. I had some old jewelry of mine on there. Baby doll sheep. Are those the ones with the black noses? Because those are really cute if they are. A lot of good gardening talk today. I didn't think we would do all of that, but that's cool. Never enough time. Hello, how are you? Always good to see you. And I love their little logo there. Yes, there's the link to the herbal studies group. I mean, you can't click on it here, but you can click on it in the chat. Feel free to join that, and we'll be discussing all kinds of herbs. The herb of the month for February is roses, and I chose roses just because, I mean, it's like Valentine's Day season or whatever, so roses are more for like cosmetic stuff. So I used to use, or at least I did this year, I used rose water on my hair, and I use rose on my face every day. Mostly in like a witch hazel. So we'll be discussing the property of roses at some point too. And I actually have a video. I don't know if Mama Z can find it. I'm challenging you, Mama Z. My natural makeup remover I make is basically a rose witch hazel mixed with almond oil in equal parts, which really, I guess you wouldn't need the video for that. But I mean, if you want to give me watch hours and watch the video, yeah, Canva is wonderful. Yes, I love Canva. I'm going to be doing another tutorial on two families at some point. It's probably going to have to wait till after my shed gets a little settled, but I'm going to teach a couple more things on Canva. Really anything anybody wants me to teach them on Canva, I can do. So, is your channel on Facebook? Yes. Well, I don't know if you're talking to us. If you are, yes. Copper Kettle Farms on Facebook is us.
If you're not, yes.
If you're not talking to us, then maybe theirs is. I don't know. We're also on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. We don't do a lot on TikTok yet, but we will be once we get through this shed business. And I think we're on Float. I don't think I bothered putting us anywhere else yet, but those are the main ones. But and actually, you can see in at the top here, at the top of the screen.
Oh, there you go.
Our handles.
She's good.
I don't have Float on there, but Float's not a main social network yet.
Mama Z, you are good.
Look at her. Eye makeup remover. So I make my own makeup remover because I wear black eyeliner. And this stuff's really good. And it's so simple to make. It's so much better for it. I even outline in that video what all the different properties of what I'm putting on my face do. Like which are high in zinc that help with your skin and things like that. So those are good things for you to know. I have a very old rose from my late grandmother's garden. Would love to add more. I love those roses that you inherit from relatives. We've got a couple out back that I don't know if any of them are my grandmother's. I have to ask my dad, but they're my dad's roses, so I'll get those. Used to garnish anniversary cakes with rose petals. Interesting. I've actually never tasted rose.
I have.
When did you taste rose?
It's very rosy. That was
I like that you think you're funny.
My joke in my head, my joke is so much funnier.
Well, that's the problem. It's in your head.
Until I speak it, then it's like, what are you doing?
Jesus, Donald. So what do we got going on this week? So the shed delivery tomorrow is our biggest thing this week. Hopefully getting my cousin over to put the electricity hookup in it. And then we're going to buy, we might have to run out to Hanover again to get spray foam insulation. And we're setting up the heater. And we're doing a live tomorrow again on the goats live. Like, I don't know if you guys, if everybody here saw it, but we did do a live stream with the goats earlier today. We're going to do another one tomorrow. I think that's pretty much it for our week, like work and that stuff. So, oh, and we are developing a game that we might also turn into flashcards for soil education. And we're going to play this game on our live. It probably won't be next week because of all the stuff we got going on this week, but probably later this month if I can get Donald to finish his part. So we'll be doing some live games, and we might actually, we really should do a giveaway, like a 10,000 subscriber giveaway. I just don't know what that'll be. Like, could it be seeds? I don't know. What do you guys want? We can do seeds. We can do graphics. I can make logos.
That would be a good giveaway.
Yeah. The person that won the last logo giveaway said she didn't need it anymore after she won it. So.
Oh.
But if you guys know of anything that we would be able to give.
I mean, I can order another book.
We could do books. We can probably do books. We could do one of these soil books. So we will do a 10,000 subscriber. We could do gift cards too. I have a couple of Copper Kettle Farm t-shirt designs, and I have a couple more that I want to make. So you could get a Copper Kettle Farm t-shirt every winter and do a couple winners for 10,000. I think that would be good.
Sticker logo would be cool.
Yes, I need to get a sticker made. Is Two Family still here? Do you guys do stickers if you're still here?
Live tech tutorial.
My
like
daughter
a 101 live tech.
Allergic to aloe. Yeah, I haven't used aloe in my skin stuff for the makeup remover. What?
Yeah, so that they were talking about maybe she could try your makeup remover.
Oh yeah. It's really, you just need the witch hazel and some form of skin friendly oil. I use almond oil, but you could use like jojoba oil, or you could probably use coconut oil, but that's a little bit more like, if your house is cold, it's a little solidified. If you warm it up in your hands, maybe. But I just use almond oil and a form of witch hazel. I like the rose witch hazel because of the properties that the rose adds to it. You could certainly rose infuse your own witch hazels if you want, but I want to get a witch hazel thing planted. Your mother would crystallize them with sugar for cake decorations. I actually did that for my 40th birthday last year, last April. I did, because we were all in quarantine. I couldn't go and do anything for my 40th birthday. So I had an 8-hour live and hung out with a bunch of people. And then I baked myself a cake. I was trying to do a red velvet cake. I was out of red dye. And then I was going to do a blue velvet cake, and I didn't have enough blue. So it turned out to be a gray velvet cake, but it was delicious. But I decorated it with like crystallized violets, sugar violets, and like fresh flowers from the garden. There's pictures on our Instagram of it, but that's what I did for my birthday. I was pretty sad because Donald had to work that day. So I'm sitting in my house by myself, eating my own birthday cake alone. I still had fun on the live, though.
Why was I catching shade on that? I felt attacked.
Well, you were working. Not So Remote Alaska, the Naked Gardeners in. Hello. Am I missing people? You said hi to Firefly Farm. Awesome. Have Crystal call. We need to talk some tech anyway. Yeah. Sherry or Daryl, I'm not sure who's on. Do you guys do stickers? That was my question, I guess. I wasn't sure if you did stickers. Quebec says, I had pretty bad psoriasis when I was in my early 20s, changed my boyfriend, and changed her boyfriend, and it was gone.
Hey, No. Stop giving her ideas. I am not the cause.
No, I had it for years. I actually had it on my knee for probably 20 years. And then I changed my diet and it went away. And then my dad, who does not get poison ivy, I do. My dad got into some poison ivy and touched furniture where I then put my leg at that point in time. And then I got it again. So I've had it since. And that was like 4 years ago.
Who is that?
Why? I'm assuming it's a troll, which is why I was pointing it out to
you. You're a little bit of...
Yes. And that is, I keep forgetting to post this. I need to post it. We are an affiliate for Mary's Heirloom Seeds. And there's the link that Mama Z just posted. I got hair in my mouth. So if you guys have not ordered seeds yet or need to order seeds, then we have an affiliate link. We get cash, like 10% if you order through us. Are you using a new layout for this live? We just tested our new layout too. Yes, this is a new layout. This is through StreamYard. We have an intro screen. We have an outro. And actually, since we're at the end of our live, I'm going to show you. I try to do a channel. We're trying to do channel shout outs at the end of all of our lives. We hadn't done it in a while, but I need to do them again. So we're actually going to do a channel shout out for Wide Family Farms, who is Courtney Wide. And she is she's a really cool chick. And she had me on her live, I want to say Wednesday. Let me show you a link to her live that I was on where we talked herbal remedies. So check out her channel. That is our channel shout out for tonight. And it was a lot of fun. We talked about this book that I recently purchased. Actually just came today, so I have to look through it yet. The Healing Remedies Source Book by C. Norman Shealy. And I'm just going to see what it has. I mean, I'm all about all the herb books, even if it's all repeat information. So we have to figure out the Clyde's Garden Planner. Actually, we have 2 of those. We could give one of those away.
Is that what that is?
Yeah. The one that we got at the Mother Earth News
slide.
Fair. Yeah, we've got 2 of those somewhere.
They're small here. They're
That's part of our issue. We've got so many books.
Over there.
We've got books there. We've got books there. We've got books there. We've got 4 bookshelves upstairs. So where's all our, there's another bookshelf there I forgot about. Donald, I need bookshelves.
We need more bookshelves.
Well, I want ones that aren't like these, that actually take up all the space that they need. So anyway.
So we want efficient bookshelves.
We want efficient bookshelves, and then we can organize them. But yes, we're going to do a 10,000 subscriber giveaway sometime this month, probably. And we're going to play a game, which is probably going to take almost the whole live to do this game, one live, where it's going to be learning about soil health. So we're really excited about that. We're putting it together now. We've already got tons of ideas written down. So I'm hoping you guys will come and play that game. We'll probably do a giveaway for that also. And we'll just figure out what these giveaways are. So anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us. We will be live every Sunday and Monday during the day. If you guys saw it earlier, with a goat cam, so you guys can watch our goats while we're out doing whatever we're doing outside, just to get some watch hours. Come in and check out the goats, say hi to Blue and Belle and all of them. And then, of course, we're live every Sunday night at 9. Skinner, where are you at again? Our last frost date is after. It's no exact date, but we always plant after Mother's Day here in Pennsylvania. So we don't go beyond that. And then usually the end of October is our first frost. So maybe even middle October, depending. Anyway, thank you guys so much for coming, and we will see you guys next week. Indiana. So similar, yeah. But don't forget, check out our goats tomorrow if you get bored and just want to see cute goats. If you have a bad day at work and you want to see cute goats. So, all right, see you guys later.
Peace.